Greetings, Mason Storm here. Today I'm going to be demonstrating one of my new favorite types of cookies. It's kind of similar to a ginger cookie, but it's more cinnamon cookie. So to begin with, I have 1 teaspoon of baking soda, half a teaspoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of cinnamon, half a cup of butter, 1 egg, a 1/4 cup of molasses, 1 cup of sugar, and 2 cups of flour. I'm going to begin by creaming the sugar and butter together. So simply add them to a bowl and mix vigorously for a few minutes at least. It might be easier to do this with an electric mixer than with a wooden spoon, but I digress. Our next step is going to be to add the egg. And once we do, we'll mix it again, and it'll be a lot easier now that there's a little bit more fluids in with the butter. Next is our molasses, and then another quick little stirring, and then we'll add in our spices. Once we have our spices all combined, you can add a little bit of the flour now, not all of it, and proceed to do some more mixing. And then after a while of mixing, we will do something else. The baking soda in this recipe is what gives it that kind of crispy softness to it. So it's a kind of a neat ingredient as far as adding to cookies go. And the molasses, if you warm it up, it moves a lot easier. So there's always that, because I had a lot of trouble getting it out of the container. I ended up moving to mixing with my hands instead of the spoon at a certain point. It was just really hard to tell what the dough was like at that point in time, and it was all to plan, but it didn't quite feel like it for a little bit. And I think having a hands-on approach really gives you a greater level of insight into the cooking process, and there's a lot that you can pick up on that way as we gradually work on incorporating all of this flour. Now I rolled my dough into small balls, placed them on the cookie sheet. I had the sill mat down for anti-stickness. Don't know if that's 100% necessary, but when in doubt, always. Once they were prepared, I threw them in the oven, 350 degrees. I put them in for 12 minutes, but probably from 10 to 15 is probably the proper amount. On my second batch, I decided to smush them down with a fork with like a peanut butter cookie texture, and I like those ones as well. So we got 2 cookies with the price of 1 video. Fabulous. And there we have it. We have ourselves some cinnamon cookies, and I really enjoyed these. They ought to be one of my new favorites. So try them out. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you like my content, please like and subscribe. And until next time, stay awesome.